my audio wasn't on. My my microphone wasn't on this whole time. We're just gonna like, hold on, just, you know, pretend with me for a second. Stream starting soon. What's up, storytellers? Welcome back to another perfectly fine, nothing wrong here Isaac Cinnamon stream. Does this sound normal? Fine, nothing wrong here Isaac Cinnamon. Is that right? Does this sound normal? Does that sound right? Does that sound right? Is that right? I can never tell because lately it's been like it's been choosing the wrong microphone, and apparently it didn't want to give me any microphone. Okay, that's correct. Okay. Hello, I was just saying I hope your weekend was good and telling you about my weekend, and also I got this far on the Wordle. Everything's fine. Everything is going swimmingly and smoothly all at the same time. Skite, is that a word? Stop. I'm trying to hit delete and I keep hitting that. Guys, things are going great. I mean, it had to happen eventually, right? And I had no chat to help me, so it's really good I caught that within the first 5 minutes, because oh my goodness, that would have been really awkward to go however long and then get caught on that. Skeety. What is this word? So, oh, dang it. Sweet. Of course it's sweet. Well, anyways, I was just saying, which you couldn't hear, I was just saying that my weekend was good, and I saw a couple movies in theaters over the past weekend. The stream current bitrate is higher than the recommended. It's fine. And I saw The Breakfast Club in theaters for the 40th anniversary on Friday, which I had seen before, but it was really good again in theaters. And I actually liked it so much, or had a good time, that I went to the Script Slug website and I just read the entire script, because they kind of told the story. One of the producers of it was there, and he kind of told the story of how it got started and how he like found this script, and it was just like he had to make it. And so I was like, I want to see what this script was, and it was really fun. It's exactly what the movie was, shocker, but it's a good one. Okay, I don't think any of these are right, and I think I'm barely paying attention because I'm talking. Lesson over time. What air balls fail to touch is the net. Everest and Kilimanjaro. I thought it was mountain, but maybe it's mountain like that. A little horse is a pony, right? But that doesn't seem right. A colt? No. And a little horse is like horse in the voice and the throat. Perfect. Exquisite. Unlike, what is with the horses? Unlike, houses that have been professionally staged. Trash. Hero of the Passover. Oh, Moses. Got it. Spanish small plates. Don't know. In a sneaky way. Tiptoe. Lesson over time. It feels like pony should be it. Maybe this is just wrong, you know? A little horse is nasally? Or nasal like that? I don't know. Perfect. Unlike houses that are professionally staged. This is not going well, I will say that. This is it's a little sad right now in terms of my ability to do this. Spanish small plates. I was gonna say enero, like January. I should remember from Spanish that I took a lot of in high school in a sneaky way. Slyly is what I think of. I'm kind of stumped, which is crazy because yesterday I actually beat, like completely legitimately, I beat the full crossword. I feel like the Monday crosswords are like easier, but maybe that's just me. Mountain or mountain, it has to be something like that, but none of those like go well with the next words. Let's just put nasal for now, see what happens. Perfect. Elect. Unlike houses that have been professionally staged. Spanish small plates. In a sneaky way. It looks like slyly, but like backwards. Lesson over time. Nope. Alright, don't tell anyone. I'm cheating. Oh boy. What airballs failed to touch was wrong the whole time? That felt like the easy one. What airballs failed to touch? Rim. It was rim. So this is raspy. The little horse was not pony. Perfect. Unlike has that been professionally staged. Messy. Yeah. Spanish small plates. Tapas? Okay. Didn't know that was tapas. Slyly. It is slyly. I should have trusted myself. Should have trusted. A little horse is a foal. Interesting. And perfect is ideal. Oof. Oof. Rough on that one. Messy, raspy, foal. MTS. Mountains. That's their... Ugh. Slyly tapas Moses fade to lesson over time and rim. Yikes on that one, guys. Yikes on that one. I'm not hydrated enough, clearly. I need more water in my brain. Here we go. 4 groups of 4. We got Hush, Ribbon, Baby, Toy, Minute, Mockingbird, Game, Razzmatazz. Nice. Still, Set, Compact, Piece, Match, Calm, Kidney, Tournament. Razzmatazz, quite a word. It's going to be interesting to see where that fits in. Right, I see Peace, Calm, Hush, and Still, all as these like ways to say serene, you know, or quiet. Let's see. Match point, game point, but I don't see any other points. Tournament point, game, match, tournament, Razzmatazz. No. Set, game, set, match is like, that could be something, or that could be the red herring, but tournament kind of feels like it goes along with that too. Let's see. We got minute or minute, but what if it's minute and like compact, like a compact car? Toy, compact toy, like a toy car, toy dog kind of thing. And then baby would be the closest to that. So what if we tried ribbon, kidney, Razzmatazz, and Mockingbird and just see what happens? Ooh, nice. Starting with synonyms for T's. See how stupid this category is? But we got there. To kid, to mock, to razz, to rib. Wow, that is crazy. Would not have gotten that just like figuring out the category. But I think that means we're good with our other ones. Toy, compact, minute. That's probably the next one. Yes, comparatively small, which means this is probably this. No way! Oh, such redemption from Wordle and mini crossword. A perfect purple, blue, green, yellow, no hints. That was fast too. That was really good. Oh, nice. Okay, strands, and we need to change it. Music. Strands. Let's do it. I solved this one really fast yesterday too, so let's see. I'm in lobe. I immediately think of earlobe. But I don't know like earlobe terms. So let's just take a look here. I see drops. Also, why am I using my mouse? What's that called? Trackpad when I can be using my mouse. Plunge. Plunger. Dang, I found plunge and plunger, and neither of those were anything. Nothing. Card. Poot. Stuff. I'm in lobe. I think earlobe immediately. Is there other things that could be lobe? What is in an earlobe? You've got like an eardrum. So maybe if we find drum, we'll be on a good track. Drum. No. Respect. You know what I did do a lot this weekend, and for no apparent reason other than I really love it. If you'll notice that a lot of my music is Undertale music, and Undertale is my favorite game of all time. But I had never played Deltarune, which is like it's not sequel, but kind of sequel. Same creator, a lot of the same characters. It's like a parallel universe to the game, but I played that this weekend for the first time because the new chapter is coming out, or 2 new chapters are coming out in June. Yeah, June, so in a month. So I wanted to play it for myself, and I like stayed up really late one night just like beating the game because I was having so much fun. And it is really fun. Like, it's very different than Undertale. It's gonna be hard for anything to live up to Undertale, but it's a lot of fun, and it has that same humor and characters. And anyways, I'm really excited to play the new one when it comes out. I hope it's good. Cred. I'm not getting anywhere, am I? This is strange. I keep finding words, but none of them are helpful to me. And I'm still not sure what they mean by I'm in lobe. And I didn't find drum for eardrum, so I don't think that's it. Pregnant. Oh man. One of the things I'm gonna do before we start brainstorming our writing today is I'm going to I'm gonna read the finished. We wrote a short film, or started writing a short film on Thursday, and I finished it over the weekend and turned it in yesterday, so I'm gonna read that today. But what's crazy is that like almost no one in the class, like out of like 20 people, only like 9 people in the class actually did it, and then only 5 of us like printed it and brought it in like we were supposed to. So that was kind of crazy. And I was just thankful. I was kind of thankful that like I did the stream to like get a really good start on it, so that I could not share that same fate. I'm not seeing anything, guys. I'm in lobe. What does that mean? Lobe? Wax, earwax, Puff Daddy. Oh yeah, and I was also talking about going to the theater this weekend, so I saw The Breakfast Club. That was a lot of fun. Saw that with friends, and then I watched what I'm gonna review in a second here, which is The Thunderbolts. Like I said, I won't talk about it quite yet, but I saw it twice in theaters because I saw it once with my friends, and then when I went to visit my family, I saw it with them as well, and that was fun. Okay, I'm using a hint. I'm cheating out. Cuff. Man, I wish that was more helpful. I really wish that was more helpful to me. Cuff. What? Cuff. Troop. This is crazy. Doing it again. Hoop? Oh, maybe it's like what you can get in your ear, like earrings. Piercing. Piercing. There's piercing somewhere on here, I guarantee it. Just gotta find the right path. Piercing. You spell it with a P-I-E, right? I don't know how cuff plays into that. Maybe I'm not into piercing culture, but but also like earring should be on here if that's the case. Oh wait. Earring. What? Earrings. There it is. Found it. Okay, earrings. So you can get hoops, you can get cuffs, you can get dust. No. Tuds? Stud. You can get studs. That makes sense. That I know. Teardrop? Are these just like different? I guess they are. I'm not very knowledgeable in this, but hey Jacob, what's up? How you doing, man? How is the day going here? I'm trying to think of earring types. So far I've got cuff and stud. I don't know, and hoop. I don't know what other earrings you can get. Sean. Nail. Flyer? Oh, I love you too, bud. Miss you too. For those who don't know, that's my brother, Jacob. Howdy there, Super Gaming Texan. We are almost done with our New York Times games today, but they've been kind of kicking my butt other than the connections. But also don't go back because I definitely had my audio on the whole time, the whole stream. And so there's no need to go back and check that whatsoever because it was always exactly what it needed to be. I don't know any more like earring types. I usually can like figure it out by now, but okay, buddy. Yeah, well, you can get plug. Okay. Delirier. So there was no audio. Got it. No, there was so much audio, dude. The audio was like off the charts, like crazy, you know, like, oh my gosh, I could like go on for hours about how much audio there was, you know. Like, gosh, we would be here forever just trying to name how much audio there was, you know. Like that's all I'm saying. Chandelier? What are we hanging on our ears? Yeah, it was some pretty crazy audio and clip-on. Okay. finally got that show on the road. As custom, we will take a peek at the crossword, but we will quickly be discouraged from it. A boo-boo. Hey, we got one. A layered haircut is a fade. Harvest. Thank you. All rising tide. A rising tide lifts all boats. Orange colored fruit pastry. Macaroons. The low taper fade. Yes. Exactly. Mistaken a fallacy. I don't know where I got that from. Denny's competitor. McDonald's. Sicily. Help. Just do it. Shoe brand. Or brand mantras. Something like that. Yeah, it's just a pattern now. See it, try it, cry, and then stop doing it. Yeah, I cry on average 30 minutes a day off stream over the crossword, but that is neither here nor there. Rhymes over a backing beat is raps. Head in the clouds. City home to Shaitanoji Temple. Words before believe or declare. I do believe, I do declare. Don't know that. More in Mexico City is Mas. Also, happy Cinco de Mayo, belatedly. Now it's Seis de Mayo, but that's fine too. Downturn. Yeah. I was talking about how all weekend I played Deltarune because it's made by the same. It's like a sequel to Undertale, and I had never played it, and Undertale's my favorite game ever, and I got very, very into that. David. Samosa tidbits. Dairy product with curds. Butter. Or margarine. Badger game? Does that mean bad game? Looks that might send a chill down one's spine. Oh, I didn't know. Poached to a cinnamon. None of it's true. Alright. I don't even know why I try. The Monday ones are easier. Like, I'm telling you. Look, this was the one I did yesterday, and I did it in 19 minutes. Like, I was banging it out. This was like, I was so happy. And I guys, I swear to you, I swear. Didn't know, played chapter 1 of Deltarune. Yes, I do like Toby Fox's stuff is awesome. Yeah, I played chapters 1 and 2, and then chapters 3 and 4 are coming out next month. So I'm kind of hyped for that. I'm kind of really excited about that. What else was I gonna show you guys today? Or I guess we should get the stream part of the stream started, shall we? Yes, I suppose we shall. Excited to do some more brainstorming today. What's up, Kay? How's it going? Welcome back. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring up a little movie that I saw this weekend, give you my thoughts, and that movie would be The Thunderbolts, or Thunderbolts asterisk, should I say. I'm gonna do my best not to spoil it at first, and then I'm gonna put like a clear spoiler section so that if you don't want to know the truth, then you can just turn off the audio until the spoiler thing goes away. Sound good? But Thunderbolts, Marvel's latest addition into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and officially the end of what they're calling Phase 5, featuring characters we've seen before from the Black Widow movie, the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, who else? Ant-Man. I think those are the main three. There's a bunch of stuff that you might want to see through this, you know. That's kind of just a requirement when it comes to watching Marvel movies nowadays, is like you got to do your homework. And you know, I've heard this said a lot, and I've felt this a lot. I'm not saying spoilers yet. I will get there, but you know, Marvel fatigue is a real thing. Like literally less than 3 months ago, they released the new Captain America movie. And then in 2 months from now, they're going to release the Fantastic Four movie. So that's like a lot. Last year, the only movie they came out with was Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was awesome. And so, like, I get it, especially with like all the shows, and they're kind of making you watch all the things to get here. But let's try our best for a second not to look at all that and not to compare it to all the Marvel stuff. You know, we're never gonna get like a perfect like Endgame Infinity War thing again. Let's just look at this movie as it is and as we see it. Thunderbolts. What did I think? Well, I had a lot of fun watching it. Like I said, I happened to watch it twice this weekend. Not intentionally, but I watched it once on Saturday, and then when I went to visit my family, they were also watching it, so I went to watch it a second time. I had a lot of fun with it. You know, I wasn't upset that I was getting to watch it twice. You know, it's definitely back to a more grounded Marvel movie, which were ones that I always liked. You know, the Captain America trilogy, just one of Marvel's best trilogies. And then it has a bunch of characters I like. Like I really liked the Red Guardian, Alexei, and Black Widow's sister Yelena. Like I loved them as characters, and I loved their relationship together. So the fact that they got to come back was super cool. And you know, this is sort of Suicide Squad, not really Suicide Squad, because that's just a whole different tone. But it is like these anti-heroes kind of coming together, which is fun. You know, they're trying to do something kind of new. I did see this weird thing where people were like trying to brand this movie as the A24 film of like Marvel movies, which doesn't make any sense to me. That's just like, I don't know what the motivation is there. Like, oh, we made a good movie kind of movie. Like I'm not super sure what they're trying to get at with that. But you know, I'm not a marketing guy. The characters were fun. The story and pacing felt really good. A24 is a film studio who has done like a lot of weird independent films and like a bunch of horror films. Yeah, they're a production company. And basically they do a bunch of indie films. So they were like kind of calling this like the indie film of Marvel films, which is, it's just not. It's a weird way to describe it. But that being said, love the characters. There was one character that we lost very early on in the movie that it felt like why was that character included at all? Like they're in the poster and everything, and they just are gone pretty immediately, and they don't talk about it. So that was a little weird. You know, it's always this thing, and I've said this about Marvel, and as it keeps going, like they keep trying to elevate after Endgame and after Infinity War. It's like, does every single movie and thing have to be this like world-ending sort of thing, like this Avengers level threat? Like there used to be a time where it was like a big threat, but it wasn't a threat to like the world or like the universe, you know. It just feels like if every single movie were saving the world, like it's like exhausting a little bit. That's my thing with that. They did introduce a new character whose name is Bob, and he was a very compelling character. This movie, trying to have a darker tone while being still PG-13, they they definitely tackle like ideas of depression and like purpose, and they explore that a lot with Bob's character, which makes it makes it interesting for sure. But yeah, it's just like, it felt good to watch, you know, and I wouldn't say it's anything other than a Marvel movie. That's fine, you know. Like, Marvel knows its audience and Marvel knows what it wants to be, and so I don't need it to try to be anything else. I just want good, compelling stories and like things that make sense and characters I care about, and this gave me that. So as far as that goes, I'm happy about it, and not comparing it to like, oh, why are we not leading up to another end game, or like it's taking too slow. Like, as a standalone kind of thing, you know, that it was cool. Bucky is definitely the coolest character up there. Kay, you said too many Marvel movies and shows. It's just, it is so much lore, and it's really like, you can see them desperately trying to like get something to stick in one place. Yeah. Sudden death, a lot of backlash. Yeah. Bob did great acting. Yeah. His actor was great. I mean, I think I really liked all of their performances. Oh, you're talking about the character I was talking about a second ago. Yeah, I don't really get the motivation behind that, but and I really like that character's abilities, and I liked what they were doing with it, and so to see it just like gone, like that was bummy. That was bummed me out. But alas. Okay, I'm gonna make this like a minute, right? Like, no more, no less, because there is a big factor of this movie that I have to talk about. So this is the spoiler section, okay? So if you still want to watch this movie and you don't want to know, just turn off your audio and wait for the spoiler thing to go away. So I'm gonna spoil it. All right, is everyone good? Okay, spoiler alert for the Thunderbolts. The big thing of the movie, first of all, the character I was talking about, Taskmaster. Why did they take away Taskmaster? Like, Taskmaster, such a cool character, such a cool ability, and I know we didn't really get to know like her character that much, but man, I was so disappointed they barely acknowledged it, and I was so excited to have Taskmaster back, and then it was gone. But the real thing I want to talk about with this is what you kind of alluded to, which is they are now kind of branding this as the new Avengers, which is weird because if you didn't see this movie the first weekend, now the promotional stuff is saying like the new Avengers, and I don't know how I feel about that, you know? Like, even in the like credits and the post-credits scene, it's like they're getting this backlash where no one buys that they're the new Avengers. But then all of the branding for the movie, the asterisk and everything, like it's all switching to the new Avengers, and I'm like, they spoiled themselves. Yeah, and it's like, do you think people are now going to go see this who didn't see it because you put Avengers in the title? Also, the new Avengers is such a worse name than Thunderbolts. Like, I thought when DeFontaine was going to come up and say their name, she was going to call them the Thunderbolts. She calls them the new Avengers, and then it would be one thing if it's like they were all like, no, that's not us. But then Marvel itself is trying to use that for their marketing. So that's the one weird part of the movie that I'm just like, why? You know, you had this fun story, you had these fun characters, and bringing them together, I thought they worked well together, and then you're trying to like make it something that it's not. So that's my only thing. Okay, all right, so that's my spoiler section. I'm gonna take that away. Okay, spoilers are gone. No more spoilers. We're good now. You can turn back on your audio or what. So that being said, judging it a little bit on that, but mostly just on like what we thought of this movie. Hold on, we need to get our review music going. Where's the come here. Yes, quite right. Review or log. I watched this last Saturday and technically Sunday, but The Thunderbolts. Marvel is back at it again with their attempt to ground us in this universe once more. After oodles of content throwing us for a loop and leaving us with the question, why? This ensemble film gives us some ground to stand on and catch our balance. The characters are fun, the pacing feels great, the addition of Bob was wonderful and brought to life by Mr. Pullman, and of course carried by the lovely Florence Pugh as Yelena. David Harbour stole every scene he was in, and the villain reveal was good too. Nearly everything acceptable except for the reasoning behind the asterisk. Such a weird marketing ploy and such a forced direction to take the characters. That being said, I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Wait. Sincerely, a Marvel enjoyer. And now, without further ado, four out of 5. I really liked it. Had a great time. Definitely recommend. And even if you don't want to do your homework and watch however many hours of content these other characters are in, I think you'll still be satisfied. So yeah. Cool. Save, post, boom. Wonderful. Everyone, good job. Yeah, Thunderbolts is new, it's cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it either. But this is the world we live in. So, okay, now what? Now, I would like to share with you, we attempted to write a short film this past Thursday, and, put 90 minutes on the clock. And I believe we got like 7 pages through, if even 6 or 7 pages through that short film. So that was, almost a success. It was a success in the fact that we got a lot down on paper in a short amount of time. Not so successful in the fact that I still had work to do and didn't finish it in 90 minutes. But that's the point, is to like get the ball rolling so that I can go back and have something to work off of. But yeah, I was saying earlier on stream that we had this assignment due yesterday, and I finished it, printed it, brought it, and out of like the 20 something people in the class, 21 people, only like 9 people had finished and submitted their scripts, and only 5 of us had actually like printed it out and brought it to class, which is a little concerning. But I was like genuinely thankful like for the stream, so that I could already get a jump start on that. And now, those people who weren't able to do it are in a tough situation now. So with that being said, I want to go through and read what we actually did, what I went back and finished for it, how the characters changed, and we have ourselves what I think is a sweet little short film here, but I do want to share it with you guys, because we like to share work here, and get feedback, see where we can improve, and see what we want to do. And then after that, we're gonna get into our TV show. So where oh no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Stop. Can I hide you? Yes, go away. Excuse me for just one moment. I am trying desperately to find what I have brought up for you. Make it smaller. I guess that works, right? Perhaps. Well, I guess we'll just switch over and find out. Oh, this is a little small. Mary Margot is what I decided to name this. And it is, if you weren't here, a script about 2 neighbors, one of them named Margot, and the other named Ruby, and one is a Christmas fanatic, loves Christmas, and is like, as soon as Halloween's over, Christmas is going up, and the other is not so much, and is a little bit, shall we say, grouchier. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and jump right into it? Go through. Oh, and my music's too loud. I'm sorry, guys. Let me take a sip. And we shall read Mary Margot. Written by Isaac Cinnamon. All right, here we go. Margot's house night exterior. Kids in costumes run around with candy buckets. Margot, a grouchy looking lady in her mid-60s, sits on the front porch, a bowl full of hard candy in her lap. A group of 3 kids walk slowly up to her and hold out their bags. Well, Burger Kid, a kid in a burger costume, inches closer. Trick or treat. Oh. Margot grabs a candy and holds it out. He quickly snatches it out of her hand. Margot's head twitches. The group runs away screaming. They cross the yard to the next door neighbor. Ruby, a jolly woman in her mid-40s, meets them out front. Hey kids, those are great costumes. Thanks, Miss Ruby. Trick or treat. She takes pre-made goodie bags with chocolate and fruity sweets and hands one to each. They shriek with excitement. You head on home now. Your parents will worry, don't you know? The kids run and laugh down the street. Margot glares at Ruby. She sets the bowl down and walks across to meet her. Oh, evening, Margot. Our street's got lots of action tonight, huh? Never mind, never mind. The last thing these brats need is a belly full of sugar. Speaking of which, where's your munchkin tonight? Oh, here and there. He'll be home with his friends for too long. Oh, say, it's almost tomorrow. You know what that means, right? Tuesday? It's November 1st. Ooh, aren't you just jazzed? Margot yawns and rubs her temple. 61 days before I get a new calendar. Hooray! Sorry, she probably says that more like, hooray. Oh, right. Of course. Well, it's getting pretty late, wouldn't you say? Might be nice to turn in and tuck in, if you know what I mean. She snorts to herself. Margot stares. Tell your kid not to trample my yard coming back. I mean it. She walks back to her house. Ruby waves goodnight. Margot hobbles up the porch stairs and slams the front door. Interior, Margot's house night. Margot changes into her nightgown and puts dinner on the stove. She hums a soft tune. She sets 2 plates down and sits to eat alone. She pauses before taking a bite and looks up. I know it's burnt. What do you want from me? She inspects her plate and looks across from her again. Fine. Here. She switches the plates and continues to eat. Interior bedroom day. Morning light streaks through the blinds onto Margot's face. A loud beeping wakes her up. She slams her alarm, but the noise continues. She pulls off her sleep apnea mask, stumbles out of bed, and looks outside her window. She gasps. Exterior, Ruby's house day. A large moving truck backs into the driveway. Ruby stands in the yard with a giant grin on her face. The truck stops and Ruby unlocks the back. The shutter opens to reveal every Christmas decoration in existence. Trees, inflatables, spools of lights, candy canes, plastic reindeer, and the like are crammed together. Ruby puts her hands on her hips. Perfect! Margot steps out onto the front porch. Her slippers are on the wrong feet. Ruby unloads the truck and whistles to herself. Oh, Ruby! Miss Ruby! Morning, Margot. Gee, you're up and at 'em pretty early this morning. This had better be going straight to storage. Well, nobody gets to see it in storage, silly. I planned on telling you last night, but you were so tuckered. Surprise! Tell me what? Our neighborhood's yearly best dressed address contest is going even bigger this year, and according to the folks on Facebook, the real contenders gotta start early. I'm already a tad behind. This is absurd. December's a month away. You can't be disturbing the peace so soon. Disturbing the peace. Golly, never a dull moment, Margot. Spreading some much needed cheer, more like. What do you say? Want to help win the trophy? Margot grunts and turns back to her house. The HOA will hear about this. Oh, alrighty then. Have a good one now. Oh, and Merry Christmas. Margot recoils at the words and growls to herself. Margot's house day. Margot paces while on the phone. The radio plays in the background. She looks out the window. No, it's not on my property yet, but who knows what these people are capable of? What am I meant to do? On the radio, All I Want for Christmas Is You plays. Margot changes the station. They play the same song. She does this twice more and finally rips out the plug. What? Oh, really? Fine. Let it be known, miss, that you are no help. She scoffs and hangs up. She sits down in her chair with knitting needles and takes a breath. She crochets a sweater. Christmas music blares to life from the other yard. Margot jumps and drops her needles. She looks outside the window. Ruby dances along to the music. Her son Baker, 10 years old, stands in his pajamas. Exterior, Ruby's house day. The yard is littered with an array of tacky decorations. The house is lined with lights that dance and sing along to the music. Ruby wheels over a generator that powers it all. Isn't it swell? This playlist will run through night and day. Wow, that's awesome. That trophy's as good as ours. Go on and get ready for practice now. He runs back inside while she hammers in more lights. Margot's house day. Margot's fists clench. Her eyes flash red. That does it. Exterior, Ruby's house day. Margot sneaks to the side of the house. Ruby buckles Baker into their minivan and shuts the door. She drives away. Margot walks over to the generator and pops it open. The house sings loudly and dances to Mele Kaliki Maka. She rips out a cable. It sparks and sputters. The lights go haywire and pop as electricity surges. The music slows to an eerie halt. Margot smiles and takes the cable back to her house. Interior, minivan day. Baker sits in the back with an iPad in hand. Hey, Mom, can we go to the park later? Mom? The glow of Ruby's phone illuminates her face as she watches Margot walk away on her doorbell security camera. So you want to start a war, do ya? Margot's house night. Margot gets ready for bed. There's a knock at the door. She grumbles and waddles over to open it. Margot gasps. Her front porch is fully decorated with a pine tree, lights, and candy canes of various sizes. Ruby stands on the sidewalk. Evening, Margot. Merry Christmas. Hey, what are you? You mess with the wrong mama. Ruby gives an unsettling laugh and smiles. Oh, we'll see about that. Good luck, Grandma. Let It Snow begins to play from Ruby's house. Margot stamps her foot. She grabs the tree and tears it down. She carries it inside and slams the door. Begin feud montage. This is about as far as we got on Friday. So, still like 7 pages left. But it was a good start. Begin feud montage. Margot searches through her kitchen drawers. She grabs a box of matches. The next day, Ruby walks into her garage to find the pine tree burnt to a crisp. She picks up a note that reads, "Warm tidings." She crumples it. Margot walks out her front door. A live reindeer is tethered to the post. Piles of dung litter the front yard. She pulls out her phone and makes a call. Baker answers a knock at the door. Outside stands a mall Santa. Baker jumps up and down with excitement. Ruby comes over. The mall Santa winks at the kid and pulls off his fake beard. Baker gawks in horror. Ruby covers his eyes and slams the door. Margot gives mall Santa a 20. Margot grabs her car keys off the table. She walks out to discover her car is completely gift wrapped. She violently rips the paper off. Her car is filled with fruitcake chunks. Ruby and Baker enter their house. They both scream. A ruckus of glass shattering and wood breaking comes from inside. Ruby screams and runs out the front door with Baker in her arms. The reindeer smashes its head through the window and grunts. Ruby pays an animal wrangler as he leads the reindeer away. She glares at her broken house and pulls out her phone. She goes onto the neighborhood's Facebook page and drafts a post. Want to get your kids out of the house? Christmas caroling tomorrow evening for all neighborhood kids. Drop off at 240 Pritchard Drive. Free cookies provided. She includes a picture of frosted cookies, spams prayer hands emojis, and posts it. She smirks and goes back inside. Margot's house, day. Margot peeks through the blinds to Ruby's house. No movement. She takes a deep breath and smiles. The doorbell rings. What now? She walks up to the door and looks through the peephole. Margot's house, day. A small army of children stand outside the door. Some spin around while most eat sugar cookies. Ruby stands in the back with a tray in her hands. Baker jumps at the front. Alrighty, everyone. You know what to do. Let the whole neighborhood hear you. 3, 2, the choir of children attempt to sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" in an impressive range of keys and octaves. Some shout at the top of their lungs while others mumble as they search for the words. A few confidently belt notes and lyrics nowhere near the source material. It's deafening. I can't hear you. The kids find a second gear and echo down the street. Ruby smiles and waves her tray as if conducting. Margot's house, day. Margot writhes in pain and covers her ears. She sinks to the floor and crawls away. The house shakes. She goes into the office and grabs a pair of pink earmuffs off the desk. She forces them on. The sound is muffled but still quite audible. I'll kill her! Margot's house, day, exterior. The cacophony continues in front. The garage door opens and a horrific roar rumbles. The kids stop to look over. Margot rolls out in a massive riding mower. She wears earmuffs, purple sunglasses, her sleep apnea mask, and holds a fire poker like a lance. Get off my property! Ruby drops her tray. The kids scream and scatter. Margot pursues groups of them. She swings the poker above her head in a circle. She swerves and runs over shrubbery along the way. A large bush causes a metal screech in the mower. Ruby holds kids under each arm and moves them to safety. Margot, stop! The mower charges at Burger Kid, who no longer wears a burger, but a look of sheer terror. Margot goes to turn the wheel, but it doesn't respond. Look out! Burger Kid covers his face. Margot covers her face. The mower roars. Before impact, Baker tackles him out of the way. Margot peeks. The machine heads for her car. She drops the poker and jumps onto the grass. The mower hits the car and breaks the window. Fruitcake chunks pour out. The alarm blares as the mower does donuts in the grass. Margot pulls off her accessories and feels her hip. Ow, son of a... Bet you feel real stupid now. Ruby stands above. She's out of breath and a little pale. Wait till the parents hear about this. Endangering children and all. What? Excuse me, who brought a band of hooligans onto private property? As their babysitter, it seems you put them in harm's way by putting them in my yard. Let's see, who's the villain here? The sweet mom who baked everyone cookies, or the county Grinch who decided to come out of her cave? That's fine, that's just fine. Send the parents after me, give me the blame, but please, stop pretending to be some beacon of joy. Your holly jolly shtick doesn't fool anybody. Oh, it's for the community, right? No. You just want some stupid prize to have some stupid win over your stupid life. Merry Christmas. It's toxic. Ruby bites her lip. She shakes with rage. That's not... Baker comes up and grabs Ruby's hand. Mom, please don't fight. She clenches her fists and breathes heavy. She walks away. Come on, Baker. Leave that sad old lady alone. Margot winces as she stands. She looks at her destroyed yard. The mower continues to drive in circles. Perfect. Exterior Margot's house night. Margot pays the animal wrangler as he drives the mower away. She sits down on her porch rocking chair and sighs. She looks to the vacant chair on her left. Oh, Richard, what did I do? Who's Richard? Baker stands in the driveway. He walks over to the steps. Oh, hi there. He waits silently. Margot coughs. You, want to sit? He climbs up and plops himself in the rocking chair. He rocks heavily back and forth. Shouldn't you be with your mother? No, she says she's tired, and she's crying. Crying? Yeah, she does that sometimes. Baker stops rocking and swings his feet left to right. Sorry I almost ran you over earlier. That's okay. It was an accident. Well, it shouldn't have happened. I got very angry. Why do you hate Christmas so much? Margot laughs. I don't know. I didn't used to. What happened? I got old. Oh, that's sad. It's okay. It happens. Who's Richard? Richard was my husband. Did he hate Christmas? Oh, he loved Christmas. It was his favorite. We even got married during the holidays. What happened? Margot turns away. She grips her armrest tightly. My grandma also really loved Christmas. Oh yeah? Yeah. When we went to her house, it was like the North Pole. Mom always says how magical it was when she was a kid. They sang and danced all the time. That's nice. Are you going to her house this year? No, she died. Oh, I'm very sorry. It's okay. Mom wants us to be happy for her. She wants us still to celebrate and be happy together. Your mom sounds smart. She is. Margot rocks slowly. She stands up and walks to the door. Wait here. She goes in and comes back with candies and a note. Do you think you could give this to your mom? The candy's for you. Sure. Thanks, Baker. Baker skips back to his house. Margot puts her hand on the chair he was sitting in. Margot's house night. Margot puts dinner on the stove. She hums a soft tune and places 3 plates on the table. She brings a 4th and stops herself. She kisses her palm and touches the table. Later. She puts the plate in the fridge. The doorbell rings. She takes a deep breath. She opens the door. Ruby and Baker are there, each carrying a tin with food and dessert. Evening, Miss Margot. Good evening, Baker. That looks delicious. Can you put it in the kitchen for me? Sure can. Baker runs in. Ruby stands in the doorway and looks down. Hey there. Hi. So, the other day, Margot takes the tin from her. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said or done, well, any of those things. I was being childish. Yeah, same here. Holidays are hard. I always forget how hard. Me too. Me too. But you know what makes it better? Friends? No, fruitcake. They laugh, and Ruby walks inside. Noise of their evening can be heard as the 2 houses come into view, one that shines brighter than the sun, and one with a single Christmas tree out front. A loose reindeer runs down the street. The end. The end. There you have it. Sweet little script there. Marry Margot. So yeah, like I said, we got to like right here, like literally to begin feud montage, and I was getting worried on Friday or Thursday, cause I was like, we only got to here, and the whole like premise of this, you know, is this like feud here and the fun like hijinks, they like the rivalry, and I was like, I haven't even got here, and I'm already through my page count. So I technically did have 13 pages, and it was like 8 to 12, but that wasn't a problem, and it was just a sacrifice I was gonna have to make, because I cut it down a lot. It started at like 14 full pages, so you know, it works. But when I came back to it, I looked back through and I changed some of the start, but I was like, I feel like we have a good foundation here, and I think I can probably wrap it up. Originally, what I was going to do, and thank you for the applause, Super Gaming Texan. I really appreciate that. But what I was originally going to do with this ending, I kept first trying to brainstorm, like, what's going to be this, like, you know, big thing that happens. And I was like, okay, I think it would be really funny if the Facebook mom invited the whole neighborhood, and this, you know, old lady who doesn't seem to be super good with kids is forced to listen to these kids who don't know how to sing. I thought that would be funny. And then I was trying to like think of what is like the most intimidating this old lady can be. And so I was like, okay, maybe she has a big like machine. Originally I was like, should I give her like a leaf blower and just running around? But I think it would be way more funny for her to have like the riding mower, and then I'd like put a bunch of stuff on her face so she looks like this insane like beast to the kids. And then running around and having it be like this almost hitting someone kind of thing, endangering kids. But so there's that. I thought that would be fun. And then I was like, okay, this is fun here, or not fun, but this is good here, having this like they're finally conflicting each other, and like Margot maybe goes a little bit too far. I mean, Ruby goes too far too, calling her a Grinch, but then Margot goes really in, you know, calling her like, you have a stupid life. So that was a big fall. And I was like, okay, is it going to be like Margot sees Ruby crying and like goes to talk to her? But then I was like, I really do want her to talk to Baker. So then I was like, maybe she talks with Baker, and then after talking with Baker, she goes to talk to Ruby and they come together. But after writing this conversation with Baker and like, you know, finally officially revealing like Margot struggles with early Christmas because her husband loved Christmas so much, and now that he's gone, like that's just hard for her. And then originally I thought Ruby was going to be the one to be like, well, my mom was super into Christmas as well, but now that she's gone, you know, I still love Christmas so much because it reminds me of my mom in a good way. But I think Baker saying that, you know, really brings it together. And you know, Margot's able to connect with this kid who's there to just listen. So, you know, there's that. Also, Shin, what were you saying, man? I'm sorry, I was not listening. Saw the streaming. Oh, early class. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, get to bed, get to that early class. But yeah, I was like, okay, who's gonna have the conversations? Dang it. Okay. The current goal is corrected now. Thank you for that. Anyways, so yes, I was like, who's gonna have the conversations correctly? Is it gonna be just Baker and Margot? Is it gonna be Baker, then Margot, then Ruby? And so what I kind of came to is doing this like, is maybe Margot writes some sort of apology, and Margot writes an apology and like invites them over for dinner, because I also established early on that like Margot has dinner alone. So like I think it came together well, and it got across what we wanted to pretty well. When I read it in class yesterday, and my professor, you know, he enjoyed it. He thought it was good. The two notes he had were, or three notes he had were when she says we got married during the holidays. He was like, why not just say they got married on Christmas? And I thought, you know what, that's a good idea. Just, you know, it doesn't have to be the holidays. They love Christmas so much they got married on Christmas. Good idea. And then he also said, like, at the beginning, when it's Halloween, I should mention something like Ruby's house is also super decked out for Halloween, because then it's also even funnier the next day when all of Halloween comes down and Christmas goes directly up, but just already establish her as this crazy, like the decorations. And then the one other thing he said, which I knew like as I was writing it, is he said this would be really hard to make. And he's talking mostly about like at a school, like independent level, but even if not, like there are a lot of elements in here that would make this hard to actually like make into a short film, like all the production design of the Christmas, all of the child actors included, there's stunts in here, there's like an animal thing in here. So, and then, you know, as I was going, I was just writing down and including like basically the soundtrack, which is just like Christmas songs I know. So it's like, you know, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mele Kaliki Maka, like that would just make it super expensive. So like this is the spare no expense version, and I think it could be like shifted to hold on, I'm trying to center that. Can you work? There it is. I think it could be like tweaked to make it a little easier to make, but it would still be kind of tough. But other than that, I like it a lot, and you know, maybe in the right circumstances, I would like to see that actually come to fruition in some sense. Okay, now that we've done that, let's do what we came here to do. We've warmed up our storyteller brains, and I want to get back into Soul Reader, okay? Gosh. I want to do it. No one's gonna stop me, except for me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Soul Reader. Can I open recent? Writing a TV show. Guys, did you know that we're writing a TV show? Huh. It's crazy. Crazy. Yay, writing. We love writing. And sometimes we hate writing, and that's okay, because that's part of it. What we're gonna do today, or my focus for today, is the last time we were working on the show, on the pilot, we dived in on our protagonist a lot, which was good. We got a lot of good progress on him and kind of fleshing him out. Now I want to do that for the other characters, and I'm gonna try not to like spend the whole time on like one character. I really want to like get a good general sense of all the characters and the roles they play in the story, so that way, again, once we start developing the actual like plot more, we know what players and what characters we have to play with, and what's gonna make sense of like, oh yeah, they would be here in this moment, or they would do that in this moment. So that being said, this thing's not changing the way I want it to. Hello. Here, I'll show you what problems I'm dealing with. I got issues, guys. Oh, there it is. It just didn't want to show me in that form. Skadoosh. Okay. For those of you who aren't caught up, I'm gonna do a quick recap of what the progress we've made so far, because this is stream 5 of doing this. So we've made a good bit of progress. We've got a long way to go, but in quick terms, we started by brainstorming what project we wanted to do, and we ended up on this idea of an investigator's son, and we wanted to do something with this like relationship with him and his mom. And from that, we continued to search it out, and we decided, what if he has this ability, like kind of like Sherlock Holmes, but not really, but kind of, and we still don't know yet how supernatural it is or not, but we know that he has this ability to read people, in some sense and use that to his advantage. And that means a lot for his character, but essentially he's recently lost his father, so now he's living to take care of his mother, and he also has to take care of his son still. He is a private investigator, or he's an investigative reporter who will eventually become a private investigator, but he finds a case and he realizes that in that case file there's a clue that links back to his dad, and so now he's realizing that his dad is not all that he thought he was. So he has to get to the bottom of this case, to solve the case, but also to find more secrets about his own father. Okay. So we did that, and we brainstormed a bunch of characters, and we brainstormed a bunch of stuff that we could want to happen. We got all of these like relationships where he has his sister, and he has a son, and he has a dad and a mom and a stepmom and a stepsister. And so then we started fleshing out his character, his wants being career ambitions and order and answers and respect. He wants to be right, to protect his family, to raise his son well, to outdo his sister, and to ultimately solve the case related to his father. What he really needs is emotional closure, and he needs to be able to see the good in others. He has fears of being a father, of further loss, and of abuse of power, both in others and himself, because he doesn't quite fully understand his own power. And his core beliefs are: he believes in the truth over feelings or politeness. He believes in facts, and he believes in don't be a hero. His strengths are: he doesn't care what other people think. He's an expert at reading people. He's blunt. He's a sweet tooth. And the closer he gets to someone, the more he's able to actually connect emotionally. But his weaknesses are that he's terrible at reading a room, no tact. And by reading the room, we mean reading other people's feelings in a way that will make them feel good. The closer he gets to someone, the less he's able to read their details and trust issues. So we went through that, and then we did a bunch of like this or that's, and like wrote what we think he might like say based on that. So that was a lot. And then we started brainstorming like what the arcs could be. Some ideas for the show. We were like, maybe he's talking to his dad in his mind, or talking to him in flashbacks, so we can get more of their relationship. We are asking the question, did the dad go in for heroic reasons or evil reasons? And the further he goes, the more dangerous it actually gets for him and his family. Am I putting my family in more danger? In the end, what is the truth? Do I have to turn in my dad with all the facts I know, or do I base it on what I know without the evidence to back it up? Does the sister ever get powers? The mom maybe holds a secret, dad leaving breadcrumbs, searching for the source of power, and it's not controlled very well. And then we finished by brainstorming some names for our other characters. Super Gaming Texan, you're talking about Poker Face. Yes, I've seen Poker Face. The season 2 is about to come out. I watched all of season 1, and it is a very similar, well, not very similar, but it's a similar concept in the fact that she has this weird ability to always know when someone's lying or telling the truth. And it's like a mystery show, slightly different than this. It's like a murder mystery show, because it's directed by the guy Rian Johnson who did the Knives Out movies. But that's a really good reference of a show, and it's a fun show to watch. I recommend that. But we want to start fleshing out our other characters as well. So I'm gonna put these like, what do we have? Wants, needs, fears, beliefs. I'm gonna put that here as well. Wants, come back. Needs, fears, beliefs. Strengths. Whoa. Strengths, weaknesses, skills. We kind of want to get a little bit of that for all of them. we decided on some names, some of the family names for the stepsister, stepmom, and the son and dad. So I would like to kind of get that for his family today. Yeah, the mystery is a lot of fun, and it's smart, you know. We like smart mysteries. So let's jump into the sister, you know. Let's figure out who our sister is. For now, we have the name Miriam and nickname Mare. What are her wants? What are her needs, fears, beliefs, strengths? Our intention here is that she serves a bit as Sam's Watson. You know, it's like Watson to Sherlock, sidekick, but not in like a lesser sense, just in like a partnership kind of sense. Now, she's a bit different than her brother, you know. She's also very smart, don't get me wrong, but I think she's a lot less driven. You know what I mean? Let's see. We had talked about a couple ideas of what we want to do with her. Where did we write that? She's levity. We didn't really. Oh wait, here we go. We put down some things we want from her. We brainstormed maybe she could be an actress, or maybe she could be like a social media influencer, which could be interesting. We had the thing where it's like we need her to be someone who can get Sam connections, you know, like she has to be able to bring something to the table in terms of like helping the investigations, and why she would be into it as well. Mare. Is the music all right? Good level? This classical music goes from like really low to really high, fast. Serves as Sam's Watson. What are her strengths? Now she's like social. She has social awareness, you know. She cares. She does care about how other people feel. Like, cares what everyone thinks of her, you know. Wants her mother's name remembered by people. Helps her brother with his job and parenting. Wants ideas. Oh, I gotcha. Her mother's name be remembered by people. That to be remembered, or to be liked by others, kind of. And then Mommy said she could be an event coordinator or a professional photographer. Ooh, I like the photography thing just because I like the fact that she could be like, if he's an investigative reporter, he's like invited her in the past to like, he's like getting the scoop on stuff, and she's like his photographer. And then that could be a fun thing where it's like, as they're going through and trying to get details and clues, she's taking pictures. I do like that. I mean, she could be a multitude of things. I do want to give off the vibe that she's a little less put together than Sam. You know, in terms of like maybe career or where she is in life. So like, what if she's like, she's, you know, I'm influencer, I'm photographer, I'm event coordinator. Like she could be this like this myriad of things where she's kind of all over the place. So which is, it can be like a like skills like photography, it could be like influencer in the terms of like that's what she does, but she doesn't really like, she's not super successful at it per se. Like she could be all like a lot of these things, and she's like a very freelance, just fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. She would also know how to blend in and not be seen. Interesting. That would be cool. Strengths, social awareness, blending in. You could even, like, you could think of blending in as in like blending in socially. Like she puts on a lot of hats and deals with a lot of different levels of people, so she knows how to she knows how to act on the spectrum of like from high class to like, you know, low class or whatever the situation is. Strengths, social awareness, blending in. Fears, ideas, being left behind, losing her brother or family. Yeah, I mean, she can also share like a fear for loss kind of thing. I mean, I think that's a valid fear for anyone. But I think that maybe is less of her worry, because she is a little more like brash and a little like, I'm gonna get done what needs to get done. I think maybe deep down she fears disappointing her mom. You know, she fears that. That's just, she could be a master of disguises. That'd be a lot of fun, you know. Also, like, add to her list, she's like a makeup artist, you know, semi con man esque. Yeah, like what I'm getting from her is she's like, you know, Sam's got the intelligence and the know-how to apply to a situation, but like Mare has the faculties to like get something done, you know. Like Sam will attack you through your mind and through wits, and Mare is gonna attack you through her like her skill set and through her you know, throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, you know. Strengths, blending in, getting what she wants, definitely. Cares what people think of her. Unfocused. What else do we put down for her? Just like in brainstorming. Quick-witted, sarcastic. Yeah, social connections. Let's see. Social awareness, connections, quick-witted. Oh, come back. We had what do we say for Sam believes in truth over feelings and the facts and don't be a hero. So Mare can believe like nothing to it but to do it, like or maybe like act first, ask questions later kind of thing. Like you see it a lot in the Sherlock type things, or in the in like Psych, you know, which is, you know, modern funny Sherlock. But it seems like Sherlock is always the one that's pushing to go get something, and the Watson is the one that has to kind of be like dragged along, or the Gus is like reluctant to it. And I think it would be interesting if we still had our Sherlocky main character, but if the Watson was the one who was like, it was doing the brash, tried different things, and like Sam is trying to like rein her in, kind of thing. So weakness idea is stubborn when she sets her mind. Ooh, I like that. Stubborn is a good one. Gets lost in the chaos of stuff. Yeah, I like stubborn. Stubborn's a good one. Beliefs, act first, ask questions later. She believes, I don't know, I feel like Sam's very selfish in a way, and again, he has this like very jaded against people. I feel like she needs to contradict that in something about what she believes about people. Like, I didn't quite put it, but in beliefs, like, he starts off with a belief that like he believes people will be evil before they choose good, and American can have a belief that's like people you know, I don't want to say quick, like immediately everyone has potential, because that's kind of where we want Sam to end up, but she can be a little more naive and trusting. It's like, you know, look for the best in others. And I think that's going to get her, like, weaknesses. She can also be like too trusting, whereas Sam doesn't give anyone any chance to prove themselves. Needs ideas, feels she's enough at today and doesn't always need a better tomorrow. That's kind of cool. But that might be more a belief, like I guess live in the moment, day by day, kind of thing. What she like wants are the things that she thinks she wants, and needs are the things that like at her core she needs to, you know, in order to do better as a person, or to have some kind of reconcile. So what she really needs is like, needs are the things that like by the end of the show or the end of whatever it is, she realizes that I thought I wanted to go on a prom date with this girl, but what I really needed was to, you know, realize that I can have fun and be fulfilled even without, you know, a person in my life like that, you know. That's just one example. Or like it happens a lot in like rom-coms where it's like, I thought I wanted this relationship, or what I thought I wanted was like success in my career, but what I needed was someone in my life, kind of thing. So what she wants is to be liked by others, but what she needs is like, I don't want to say confidence. I feel like she is very confident, but maybe it's like a false confidence, like presents confidence. What she needs is like stability. What she needs is focus. She's always worrying about other things, making sure his mom is proud of her. She needs to know. Oh, I see what you're saying. I gotcha. Be okay with who she is today. I see. Let me look back at that. Yeah, I can see that. What she needs is, I guess, contentment with who she is. Seems like she's trying to be everything for everyone, and she needs some contentment there. Mare. Mare. Mare is not short for Meredith, it's short for Marion, which is not a name, not a common name today. She wants to be liked by others. She needs more wants. What she wants is popular. She wants to be popular. What she wants is attention. Attention. She wants love. What is love? She wants love. Focus, contentment with who she is. She wants to be accepted. Yeah. She wants to be accepted. Regardless. She wants to be accepted unconditionally. Let's come back to Mare, because I think once we start getting into the parents, that'll make us want to go back and see how that affects the kids. Let's look at Nadia. Let's look at Mare's mom, Sam's stepmom. Wants ideas, have a good time around those she cares for. Is that for Nadia? Because if so, I think that's a good. I mean, I think she wants. I think what she wants is her kids. Her kids to still need her. Like she kind of wants. She wants that in a sense. If we are building it to this thing where Nadia knows that the husband's okay, it's going to be interesting. How is she going to play off like the mourning? Like, is she going to be acting like she's sad? Is she genuinely sad because she doesn't know if he's going to be okay? She just knows he's alive. But either could work. Have time those she cares for. Yeah, I think that'd be good for Nadia. Like, she wants her kids still to need her. You know, her kids are adults now and have been for a minute. But maybe like them coming back into her life is gonna like draw those up again. She wants a Big Mac with a side of fries. She thinks maybe because of her the family split, which it's not, but she blames herself. She wants forgiveness. Oh, I like that. I like that. What she wants is forgiveness. Or maybe that's a need. Like, maybe she needs what she needs is she needs to tell the truth. Like, eventually, you know, that's what needs to happen for her. Because she's gonna like not do well with this because it's gonna be like bottled up, you know. Love from Sam. What she wants is she wants Sam to well, I think she's gonna want Sam to find a heart. Find his heart again. Wants ideas, keep her kids safe, feel safe. No, I like that. She wants to protect her kids. And that's like safety, and that's also like from the truth, you know? I think she really wants and needs and fears and believes in a Big Mac with a side of fries. Anywho, she wants her kids to still need her. She wants to protect her, I'll just say family, you know, doesn't have to just be the kids, because she's also trying to protect the dad, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Father. Doo-doo. stepmother. She wants forgiveness. She wants Sam to find his heart again. Maybe I think forgiveness is probably here. What she needs is forgiveness. Also, but she still doesn't want Sam to know about his father because she doesn't want him to go the same route, and she blames herself for the fake loss. She doesn't want that for Sam. Yeah, there is something there with like protecting Sam specifically. She could say things like she sees Dan in Sam so much, you know. It'd be funny if the mom's a fast food mom. She gives good restaurant recommendations. Great restaurant recommendations. Genius. It's perfect. Skills. I mean, she's a great chef, you know. She's our culinary queen. She sees Dan and Sam inside Sam so much. She fears Sam becoming, because like either way, whether we shake it out where Dan is good or bad, like she doesn't want him to go down the same path like you were saying, Kay. So Sam becoming his father, she fears losing her family. She fears the forces against her. What would you say that, like, whoever the people are that are messing with stuff? What am I trying to say? The criminal organization. The crime syndicate. Is that how you spell that? No idea. What if she has like a home business or something, and when Sam and her sister thinks her mom is weak and naive, but when Sam gets trapped in the future in a funny sequence, she could save him, and she had connection. Yeah, how much is she hiding? How close are they? That is a good question. The Evil Gang Catches Sam, Episode 3, Season 2. Still need her, protect her family, Sam will find his heart again. She needs to tell the truth, she needs forgiveness. She fears Sam becoming a father, she fears losing her family, she fears the crime syndicate. She wants, you know, her people. I think because the direction I want to go with this, because I still want to incorporate the pastor friend, I think Nadia is going to be like the religious leader, or the religious one in the family. So I think like she's going to also have this thing where she like is pushing for that, or that's like, that's her influence on the family more than anything. And I think, you know, Miriam and Sam have kind of, you know, drifted from that. But like that's gonna be in her belief. Like she, I'd love to explore this like idea of being a Messianic Jew, and see how that like plays into her mindset and her mentality. Because like she, you know, she believes this and she's like repenting for it, but she's also like straight up lying to her family, and like her morality of, am I lying for a good reason, you know, is this wrong, kind of thing. But she, I mean, it's got to be a skill that she's a good liar. He thinks the mom is easily trust anyone and he wants to protect her. She thinks the same. So they both fight for how they want to be the breadwinner of the family, and that's tense for them. Yeah, maybe there is this like conflict of him trying to come in and be like the new father, and she doesn't want that, you know. She doesn't want, because she knows the truth, but she also just doesn't want that for Sam. She doesn't want him to go down the same path. Weaknesses. She's feeble. Weaknesses. What can't she do? I mean, I think her like fears and needs are all wrapped in her, like, in her family. So her weaknesses is like, it's a strength and a weakness, you know. Her loyalty. She just doesn't stop talking. That's kind of funny. She's I think that's a strength. Talkative. Gossips. Gossips about everything except what they want to know. She has a unique strength in, like, kind of like breaking Sam, and I mean that in a good way and a bad way. Like, she breaks through his barrier, you know, and is able to get to like the core of what's going on. Weakness ideas, shares her thoughts without crying, watching too much news. She loses hope most of the time. She has a weakness in, I like the idea of like sharing the thoughts. Like, she doesn't really allow emotions to bubble. And we kind of see that in Sam as well. Ow. Can't share her thoughts. Oh, without crying. I don't know. I feel like Nadia, like, she keeps it tight to herself, you know. She bottles it. Always stuck in the past, and when she's reminded of Dan, episodes of pain or panic attack. I don't know if you're trying to say pain or panic. And the sister tries to help her. Yeah. There could be something there. Like, thinking back to pain. Weaknesses. Can't let go. She can't let go. I put her loyalty. I want it to be in both. Her loyalty is a strength and a weakness. Good liar. Oh, I put it in skills. Whoops. Come back. Come back. I'm back. Good liar. Needs forgiveness. Needs to tell the truth. Needs to let her kids flourish. But she needs to trust her kids. Has unexpected outbursts, weaknesses, can't let go. I'll say bottles emotions, and yeah, she deserves to die. Ooh, that's dark. And wants to die if it wasn't for the kids. No, it is dark. But that's not a terrible thing. Yeah, I don't know. Needs ideas, needs to let her kids make their own mistakes and stop protecting them. Yeah, she needs to trust her kids, and she needs to not shield others from the truth. You know, she's trying to like carry that on her own. She needs to let people help, you know. She can't let go. She bottles emotions. She carries too much. Great chef, good liar. Great storyteller. She tells great stories. She also no. She is cray. That's why she doesn't let her kids grow, because that's the only thing keeping her sane, and she knows it. So you can have, like, she's trying to protect the kids and she is selfish. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes a lot of times, how, like, the protecting the kids comes back to, like, a protecting of self. Ultimately, can always put Hudson to sleep in under an hour. She is, oh yeah, strength. Grandma. She's a grandma, and she's the best. That's a good one. That's fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of good, like, one-on-one with Nadia and Hudson, probably. So I think that'll be fun. She wants Kissel to protect her family, Sam to find his heart again. She needs to tell the truth. She needs forgiveness, to trust kids, to not shield others. I guess that's what this is. She needs to let people help. She fears Sam becoming his father. She fears losing her family. She fears the crime syndicate. She fears she fears losing purpose. Elise, Messianic Jew, she believes that she can, oh gosh, come back to me. She can protect, come back to me. She believes she can protect others from the truth. I mean, we've kind of already said that, but it's good to reiterate it. She can easily talk to anyone and just makes easy, quick friends. Yeah, that's definitely a grandma strength. Strengths makes instant friends. I guess this is kind of an important question, is how old do we want everyone to be? You know? Like, for Sam, I feel like Sam and Mare, like, I feel like Sam's older than Mare, like big brother, little sister kind of thing. Like, I'm thinking like early 30s, late 20s. Like, maybe Mare is like 29 and Sam is 33, which makes Nadia, when I'm 33, my parents will be in their 60s, right? Yeah. But also, my parents didn't have me for a while, so they could be still like, I mean, they could be late 50s, early 60s. At the same time, yeah. You have like a funny episode where Sam needs help and she goes, I know someone, and Sam goes to meet like a big shot and she was like, he was my good friend. Yeah, Belief's idea that the shield is mightier than the sword. These things can be solved with words and brownies. I like that a lot. Beliefs. You can solve anything with words and brownies. Trying to elaborate on the shield versus the sword idea. In my head. So if like if Sam's 33, Mare's 29, Nadia is like 62 or some odd years. Right? Like if she was 50, the age gap would be between her and Miriam, that would be 21 years. I guess she could be like mid 50s. Like, and that would be fine. Like she's mid 50s. That's like 26 years. That's not bad. Yeah, that's fine. They ain't like old. Yeah. How old's the son? 2. No. I mean, I think Hudson should be able to talk. Oh, it didn't. It's back. Catch you up. Sci-fi show, detective, what genre leaning towards? And which part would you focus more on? So far, we are looking at this like detective kind of thriller drama. I mean, there is like the sci-fi element of this like supernatural ability, but at least for the start for season 1, like I can see like leaning more into that later. But it's gonna start much more grounded than that and just have like a hint of that element is what I'm feeling. So yeah, it's starting much more like detective thriller drama crime thing, you know. And where I want to focus, I mean, or at least where I'm starting the focus is with these characters' relationships. But then I'll be able, you know, we'll be able to hone in more on that genre when we start actually like diving into the plot. We've been kind of holding that at bay for now so that we can really hone in on this. Yeah. Where did I put the brownies thing? Did I delete that? Oh, I accidentally put that in Mare's. Whoops. Beliefs. Boom. Words and brownies. Okay. We're making good progress. Just getting like a kind of template for these guys. Let's look at Hudson. I mean, this is going to be a lot less fleshed out because he's young, but we should still get something here. How old's his son? Let's see. He's 33. Let's look at the timeline here. We know that he had a wife at one point and that she is either divorced from him or passed. So if he's 33, let's say the divorce or the passing happened like 3 years ago, like when he was 30. They got together like early 20s, like 23, 22. They had Hudson like what, when he was like, when they were like 25 or 26. 13 might be a little too old for me. Or I mean, it might not be too old for the timeline, but I'd kind of want Hudson to be a skosh younger. So maybe he's like 8, you know? Oh, yes, continue watching. Continue playing my music, please. Maybe he's like 8 or something. I think because the characters are interesting and the whole father thing is unique, I should get rid of the magic, or if I want some fantastic elements, keep it masked or something. cause too great drama to miss. Yeah, well, I've been like kind of running around that in my head, sort of thing. Where I want to like go with that. And again, like we've done some brainstorming on the ability. It's somewhere up here. I'm literally just putting this all in one. Oh shoot, come back, baby, come back. Ability. Yeah, we're just debating whether like it should be a, like, he knows if he touches someone, he is drawn in to them and know, like, get some sort of information, or if he just has this ability and it's not like a prophetic thing. He can read people's emotions. We really need to define that. But I get what you're saying here, where it's like we've got the story being built up, and not trying to make it too much. But we'll see. We shall see. We'll see how we feel. But as for Hudson, what he wants is in one word.
Chicken jockey.
Just kidding, it's 2 words. Chicken jockey. He wants what he wants is time with his dad. He wants to be a he wants to be a doctor when he grows up. What he needs is time with his dad. He wants to get out of school, which is a bit of a contradiction here. He wants to be a doctor, but he doesn't want to keep going to school. He wants a puppy. That's for dang sure. He wants his mom back. I don't think, from Super Gaming Texan, I don't think we should have him need to touch. There must be a limit or a need or cause. Maybe look to shows like Psych for limiting how the powers work. Maybe another show has something better to go. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I don't want it to be like, I know I'm kind of defining it as this, but I don't want it to be like this strictly like psychic thing. Like, I want it to be his own sort of thing where either it's like specific memories, or he can read people's emotions. Like, maybe it's not a matter of like he can read who they are, or like things they've done, but like he somehow reads emotions in a moment. The only issue with that is I don't know how you like either visualize that or verbalize that, and if that's enough, because we've also like been kind of debating, like, is it gonna help him in his like investigative reporting, because he's been able to like, get through people who he shouldn't have been able to get through. Even if we do the like he touches someone and he sees something and it's like, whoa, what is this? Like, that's not going to be like the focus of the show. That's going to be like maybe a cool premise of it, but it's about the characters, of course. Or maybe that's what you're saying, can't give up sci-fi, then don't make the characters sci-fi, but use the whole world like Wolves Amongst Us or Black Sad, then you can explore more, that they all have their powers, which might feel in the world. Feel like you're going for half and half human power and supernatural power. Yeah, there's something to that extent. We will hone in on it. I am just trying to feel out right now, like, how much we want to play into that, because I know like we're focusing on the characters, but this is also more so for us as we're writing to like have a reference point to go back to and be like, well, what what would Nadia say or do in this situation, and like look at her characteristics and it's like, well, she's this kind of person, so that like really informs it. Yeah, but I see what you're saying is it could be like a lot to be like his father died but he didn't, and he has this power. Like we would have to do something where whatever way his father was taken is related, you know, to the power. But there has to be limits for sure, because like if he's interrogating someone that like knows everything, then like is he just gonna get the answer like that? Like if he meets someone who knows his dad is still alive, like is that gonna spoil it? Makes sense for him. Makes sense to him for powers, and you can play the thing where the powers of Sam, like you said, he has but doesn't know it, where he feels outcast, doesn't think he has powers, and he feels not normal, so he wants to know where his powers are to me. Yeah, like I think when we start with him, you know, he doesn't really realize what's happening with that. And he's kind of discovering it more and more. Like for the longest time, he's just kind of been like, I don't know, like I can just sense someone's emotions. I feel it. I feel their fears, or I hear their, you know, internal monologue or something. And then he realizes more and more, oh wait, I have this strange like prophetic power. And he doesn't know what to do with it, and he's scared of it. Idea, what if the power part of it is the memories of his father? We talked about the father leaving breadcrumbs. What if his son's power is a part of that? That could be cool. Like, I definitely think it has to be related to the father and whatever's going on, you know? I'm just not sure what yet. Everyone around him has powers, so he wants to know what his powers are now more strongly. See, that's definitely leaning like fully into sci-fi, and like think about it like, yeah, feeling outcast. I get that. I think about it like how in Severance, you know, like Severance is a sci-fi concept and a sci-fi like the splitting of the brains, but like they live in like a relatively normal world. It just happens that this one element and this one thing affects so much of the story and the show. And I'm thinking it's like similar like that, where it's like we're in a relatively normal world, and something about something that has happened to Sam, or how his dad has brought him up, has given him this ability. Whatever the ability is, whether it is just like it's not supernatural at all, he just has this ridiculously high ability to read people, however that looks. So we will hone in on that, I swear. And I mean we're gonna have to before we really get into the writing of the story, because it matters a lot. It matters a lot where if it's like the grabbing his arm, he's able to like feel and see something. The only reason I say that is because I think that's like a really cool way to draw someone in. Like we could introduce that in like the opening of the episode is like the whoa, he has this power, and then like we give like maybe a hint of it somewhere in the episode, but that's not like the focus at all. It's like learning these characters, and then at the end we get the cliffhanger, my dad's still alive, you know? Detective needs to be in a world, like in World Reason, so sci-fi backdrop or cyberpunk. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's good thoughts though. It's good questions to ask. Like, okay, I'm going back to the ability brainstorm because we're in this now, and we should come to like some idea. Measure, to say like EQ is not the right word for it. Say that he's an incredible empath. Makes sense where his powers don't feel out of place, that feel a little too out of place if he only has powers. See, but that's what we were brainstorming, is that whatever this is, like maybe, you know, it's genetic or whatnot. You know, I don't think it's too out of place, and I think that makes him more interesting if he's the only one with powers. Maybe for now we can say the power's biological, a skill that his father also has but needs training. Memories that of his father's about that training. Yeah, there's something there, you know. There's debate, you know, among us, but also among the like world the character lives in, that whether it's supernatural versus genetic. If he has the ability to read someone by touching them, does that? Yeah, this was like also questions we were asking of like, what all is his ability, you know? Can he read people's thoughts or just their feelings? What is the extent of his abilities? Where do we start in his abilities process? The audience wants to know what his powers is, then he has powers like sci-fi, but if the world has powers, then the audience can digest he has powers, and now they focus on what his power is. I see what you're saying, Kay, but I think it really like will change the tone of everything if we're putting it in this sci-fi world and like trying to build this whole world with all these powers. Like it's gonna be a lot harder to like, I think, grasp if it is like everyone has a power kind of thing. I mean, that's the reason we find superheroes so like compelling, is because or superheroes like Iron Man or Captain America, not like out in space, but we find them compelling because in a seemingly normal world they have this like larger than life thing, you know. I just don't feel that like I'm super equipped to like create this sci-fi world. All within a short time frame, because like you said, also like the characters are like important. Yeah, I don't know. Where do we start in his abilities process? You know, when we enter the story, he's an investigative reporter, right? He works for a news outlet, and worked there for 10 years, you know. Oh shoot, come back. He worked there for 10 years. He met his wife there, maybe. Met his wife there, and then at some in pursuit of truth, like I do want him to be able to like discover this, but it's not like the mystery is the focus, and then it also just happens that he brings this, and this will like come to the forefront more and more as it goes. Powers of heroes potential, store this. The detective, like Avengers not created by one. Yeah, it's true. Worked there for 10 years, met his wife in pursuit of truth. Can he read people's thoughts or just their feelings? Maybe he can read intent, not thoughts. Where he starts should be like catching stuff in the peripheral view. He doesn't get much of it, and he tends to ignore it most of the time, but it grows as he gets closer. I like the idea of he can read intent. That's kind of cool. So he can like feel out what someone is about to do or wants to do. I mean, kind of like Sherlock does that a bit too. As he's like thinking out how a fight will go, he's thinking through the steps, and he's already knowing like what motions they're going to take. He can read intent. And then because of that, he can like predict that and like shift the conversation to go a different way. Which the good thing about that is it doesn't mean that like he knows facts about things because of a person, but he can know, I mean, kind of when like a person's lying to him, but like when the intent is to hide something, you know, or when the intent is to like get closer to you. Let's see, maybe his powers, or maybe he doesn't have powers, but a psychological illness of like the characters of stories his father told he can see, and now solving the case, Sam is going more and more crazy, but his mom helps him. Yeah. These are all great ideas, by the way. Like these, every single idea here could be like its own type of show. You know, sees intent. Whatever the ability is, we need to make it like crystal clear to ourselves, so that then we can shroud it and in all these questions of like what it is for others, you know. Sees intent. He can see the heart's intent. Heart posture. Maybe something like Knives Out, he can tell if someone lies or something. Yeah. I think I like that a lot. The only thing is like they just have it already in Poker Face. Like that's already the whole concept of Poker Face. But imagine he hears someone say, "I can't get out of here with blank." Maybe I could write that shorter but quick and tense. Yeah, like maybe he's hearing. Yeah. Well, I think where I'm really stuck on this is like I would feel stronger about it if I had like a clear, like he can, like he sees something or he hears something, like you're saying, like he hears thoughts, like a way to like visualize or verbalize that, so that like an audience watching or us, you know, writing or watching could know that he's like getting something. Like if he were to describe it, it's like, it's almost like I feel the essence of someone. I can feel the essence of someone. Their intent. Their hope. Their motivation. The posture of the heart. Hear me out. Okay, I'm hearing you out. I'm hearing out all these ideas. There was a war between monsters and humans, okay? And his father was a monster. Twist. The only reason Sam doesn't turn monster is he has a watch, which keeps him human. Maybe visual text appears on screen. Cool idea. And he has powers, like you said, but if monsters versus humans and humans won. That's a cool idea. Monsters versus humans, but the humans won the war and they buried the monsters underground, and 7 magicians made a seal that sealed all the monsters underground. And now the only way that the monsters can get out of underground is to break the seal. To break the seal, they need 7 human souls, or the equivalent of that. But of course, a monster's soul is not as powerful as a human soul. So if you combined all the souls of the monsters, you would only get like 1 human soul. So the monsters have to wait for humans to fall down and take their lives so they can exit, and there's a flower and there's awesome music and skeletons. I lost track for a second. What was I doing? Oh yeah. No, I like the monsters versus humans. The hints, now the world has only humans. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. It's almost like I feel the essence of someone, their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture, their heart. Wow, an Undertale reference. In this economy, in this live stream, there's no way. There's no way we would have an Undertale reference here. Okay, let's lock in. Just kidding. Where were we? I lost track for a second. I fell down a rabbit hole. I fell down a hole and I ended up in the underground. My water. No. Darn it. The stepmother's a human. That's why the stepmom wants to protect Sam. She knows if humans find out about Sam, they would kill him. Sam, where is your father? Their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture, their heart. Yeah. The intent, the essence of the essence of a person, their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture of the heart, the desire of one's soul, desire of one's soul. How does he start seeing this? Like, how does this come across to him? I like the idea that, like, of something unique, like visual text appearing on screen, or like, do you flash to the memories of a person? Do you give him a vision where he sees what's about to happen? Like, is it just directly in the future? What's gonna happen? I don't know why, but you just had a random thought of the mom having a cooking show. Maybe you were looking too much Psych and Monk in Google. The mom having a cooking show is really funny. I do like that a lot. Oh gosh. It's almost like I feel the essence of a person, their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture of the heart, the deepest desire of one's soul. Determination. Just kidding. Just kidding, guys. How does he see this? How does he see this? It's in a magic notebook that he holds within him, within his soul, within his heart. Oh gosh, I'm messing this up now, thanks to me. Well, you are now in the wrong place. Let me move this. Oh gosh. Yeah, you stay there. And you, young man, go down there. We'll take this back down to here. I think the idea of being a very present thing. He can see the poster of what they think now. He doesn't see the future, so he can miss the cue if he's not careful. A green notebook. Does he have a green striped shirt too? And did he just get a letter? He is trying to find those clues. But whose clues are we looking for? And is his name Sam or is it Steve? All good questions that we should be asking. Maybe we should go in the thinking chair and decide for ourselves. Just for a moment. It's almost like I feel the essence of a person just for a moment. Their intent, their hope, their motivation. The posture of a heart, the deepest desire of one's soul. Yes, he's got to leader from his friends. Makes sense to me. He just got a leader. I swear that, like, we are getting somewhere with this. I would love to lock down what this ability thing is, because I think it serves the crux of a lot of what we're trying to do. It's at kind of the core of what we're trying to do. You know, it's okay. I type too fast sometimes too. Look. You can barely see how fast I'm typing. Have you guys ever done the human benchmark? Do you know what that is? The human benchmark, they have like a typing thing. Hold on, let me pull it up. I need to see where I'm at. Getting a little sidetracked, but you know what? What are friends for? Typing. Hold on, let me switch the screen. Boom. Look, check this out. You're about to watch. Watch this drive. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Okay. When the Fire Nation attacked. No. No. Okay, come on. I missed one. No. Come on. No. I'm failing. No, please. No. Discovered the new avatar, an airbender named Aang, and his skills are great. He still has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone, but I believe Aang can save the world. Oh man. That's okay, I guess. It's not great. It's not great. One more. We got this. Whales are not fish, and they must regularly get back to the surface to breathe. There are many types of whales, each with their own characteristics and vastly different sizes. It's famous. No. Come on. Get back over 100. Get there. No, I'm losing it. Come on. Yes. Yes. Now that's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Anyways, quick aside. No, not that one, please. Quick aside, just to show off my typing. Literally one of the most useful classes I have ever had in any schooling is in middle school. I took a typing class, and never has a class in my life been more useful to me than like practically day by day than that typing class. And I'm so glad for it. Shout out to my typing teacher, whose name I forget. The ability to brainstorm. If he has the ability to read someone by touching them, does that also apply to the items? I feel the essence, their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture of the heart, the deepest desire of one's soul. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, I want to believe in Steve. I am Steve. What am I saying? What I'm saying is, it would be good to have like a basis to go off of, you know? I don't know. I just don't know. Let's go back to our characters. We'll come back to it. We don't have to have all the answers right now. Hudson. What does he need, man? He needs time with his dad. He needs, he needs, I guess I should say he needs parent figure. He needs someone to teach him. What does he fear? I mean, loss, definitely. He fears snakes, for sure. Well, let's make it heights. I mean, you can fear snakes and heights. That's totally allowed. Totally fine by me. Beliefs. He's still young, so, you know, his beliefs aren't fully formed, but he believes that, you know, anyone could be your friend. Strengths, are innocence of youth. He's a great dancer. Dances wonderfully. What else? He is great at Fortnite. Weaknesses. He's good at Fortnite. Also, these are like skills, I should say. These are like skills. Weaknesses. He's naive, you know, because he's young. He's too trusting, of course. He is a child. You know, he's just weak in general because of his how small he is. Dances, Fortnite, strengths, innocence of youth, and it's his dad's soft spot. You know what I mean? Fears loss, he fears heights, he fears snakes. Yeah. That all feels right. Feels good. This one I'm a little worried about. Only because there are several unknowns for us. Maybe he has something from his mom. Knows when others are hurting. You can see a hidden pain in others very quickly. Is that for Hudson, or is that for Sam? Maybe Sam sees a lot of his mom and his son. Oh, I see. Strengths similar to his mom. Yeah. Hi, story time. Why are you telling me to hurry? What's the deal? Hurry for what? What are we hurrying for? Oh, hooray. I see. Hooray. Yeah, weaknesses. I should add loss of father and wife. That's tough, man. I mean, it's not a weakness, but it comes back to haunt him for sure. All right, let's take a look at Daniel here. Daniel. Our most mysterious of the characters. You know, these are probably, you know, you would think they might be less important because he's less in the picture, but I think it's going to be important to how he's built up Sam and where Sam's going to go from here, you know. Skills. Knows how to disappear, obviously. I think him and Sam have a good relationship, but obviously he's not a perfect father. So what weaknesses does he have as a person, as a father? As a father, pushes too hard. He kind of instills this idea of truth matters, or maybe I should say curiosity is key. Maybe he goes from more a curious space, and then Sam reads into that as like truth is the most important, you know? Excuse my yawn. Here's snakes. Cats. He's scared of cats. I don't know why, but he is. And you know what that means? He's also scared of cats, Sam. Sam is also terrified of kittens. Isn't that scary? Knows how to disappear. What does he need? What do you need, Dan? Daniel, what do you need? He needs help. He needs to come clean. Curiosity is key. Others, put others first. I mean, he is a firefighter. Ow. He wants help. He wants to come back home. He also wants to protect his family. And he wants to expose the truth. He fears Sam finding out. Come back, me. There I am. The cat that caused the fear is the same cat, the neighbor's cat. Miss Fluffkeys. Miss Fluffkeys is horrifying. Mrs. Fluffkeys. Dun dun dun. The cat that never bites. Dun dun dun. Yikes, Scoob. Zoinks. Jeepers. Miss Fluffkeys. Dun dun dun. Oh. Weaknesses, hidden. Skills, knows how to disappear. Firefighter. Oh, Miss Fluffykins. I kind of like Miss Fluffkeys. Fluffkeys. Where are you, Miss Fluffkeys? There you are. Miss Fluffkeys. Ha ha ha. But of course, Miss Fluffkeys. Of course. Yeah. We have some mystery left there with him. Who's our pastor friend? Who's our boss? Who's our work friend? I think we should at least name them. Jebediah Binglebottom. An original character, not at all stolen from my roommate. Jebediah Binglebottom. Yeah. Jebediah Obadiah Binglebottom. Yes. Yes. And his boss, Big Bubba. And his work friend, Boris. What does Boris mean as a name? What does that mean? What does it mean? Boris, name, meaning. The name Boris means to fight or warrior. I actually kind of like Boris as a name for one of the characters. Boris. That's funny. Boris. Maybe Boris can be the pastor friend's name. Boris. Oh, don't do that. Boris, pastor friend. Mr. Fishix or Fishix is also not stolen from a friend of mine. Yeah, it's good that we're not stealing anything from anyone here. Right. Can you come back with the music? There we go. Boris. Jebediah Obadiah Binglebottom. Boss is Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter Inkle. No. Petra. We just go Katniss Everdeen. Yeah. Right? Boris Pritchard. Pastor friend. Sam Smart. Katniss Everdeen. The boss is Mr. John Coombs. No. Mr. John Johnson. Mr. John Janssen. Mr. John Swanson. Mr. Ron Swanson. Perfect. Mr. What's your name, Mister? Mr. Patrick. No, this is Patrick. Patrick could be the work friend's name. Miles Patrick. Mr. It was from D&D. You forced him to change the name because couldn't have the original campaign. That's kind of funny. That's pretty hilarious, if you ask me. Now that I'm looking at the name Boris, I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe Boris. Patrick can be his name, maybe, and Boris can be the work guy's name. Boris Snorris. Boris Baker. Yeah. Last name idea, Coverton or Tyler's. What is Coverton from? Tyler's. Vernon. Coverton. Mr. Coverton. Mr. says Samuel. No. Michael. Patrick Pritchard, Boris Baker. I just realized that I did the alliteration for both names. That might be too much. Patrick. Miles Patrick. I don't know if Coverton is from anything. I don't know anyone with it. I mean, I like it. Patrick Pritchard. Richard Pritchard. Richard Pascal. Charles Coverton. I love it. I love that. Richard Poe. Poe's a good name. Charlie Coverton. Yeah, this is like the boss, though. Boris Baker, work friend. I kind of like that. Those are good names. Coverton, Boris Baker, Richard Poe. I'm sure I'll think of a better name for this guy. All right, let's go back to the ability. We need to lock this in, and I would like to lock this in before ending stream today, because I think it's a big plot point, and I think it's gonna, if we can get this, then we can really start honing in next time on how we want to structure our pilot, so we can actually, start writing this thing. But this has been good, getting all of this info about it, and like brainstorming. All this brainstorming it's good for us, and it's good for the story. It's all in one giant document as well, so works out. But we got fun pages like this. We got fun pages like this. We got big red pages like this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see here. The ability brainstorm. Okay. if he has the ability to read someone by touching them, and is it just by touch is the thing. That also apply to items that are close to them and they have recently touched. I don't know. Ah! I don't know. Do you know? Has the ability to read someone by touching them. Does that apply to items that are close to them and recently touched? This question should go to the bottom. Because that's like not important right now. This idea should go to like the top. See the heart's intent, heart posture. It's like I feel the essence of a person. Just for a moment, their intent, their hope, their motivation, the posture of the heart, the deepest desire of one's soul. There's debate over whether his abilities are supernatural or genetic. Some say it's God-given. Others say that he's an incredible empath. Can he read other people's thoughts or just their feelings? What is the extent of his abilities? Where do we start in the abilities process? If he has the ability, okay. So let me think for a second. Let me just have like this false scenario in my head. I want to go get a pizza. You know, I'm hungry, and what's on my mind and kind of what my focus is I want a pizza. Now I come into contact with my main character, Samuel Reeder, and I'm like, Sam, what are you doing here? I wrote you down. How are you alive? And he's like, I don't know either, but I don't have time to explain. And then Sam Reeder grabs hold of me. What does Sam Reeder see that tells him, or what does he hear or see that tells him this guy wants pizza? You know? What comes to his brain? Does he have a vision? Does he do these, for our sake, do letters come on screen? Do we hear whispers of something? How do we portray someone's desire in a way that's not just like reading their thoughts and like this is what they're thinking right now, but in a way that is like, you know, this deeper longing and like, you know, it's, you hear like all these like cries of the soul, but like something comes to the forefront, you know? Is it like, I'm feeling like it could be a whisper thing, cause yeah, what is he envisioning? What does he see? Because he could, like, you could do the thing where he, like, enters the mind of a person. You know, they kind of did this in the Thunderbolts a little bit. But, like, he could do what Eleven does in Stranger Things and, like, enter their mind and see things how they see it. Isaac wants pizza. Let's just start there. Isaac wants pizza. Charlie, or not Charlie, I'm sorry. So sorry. Sam touches Isaac. What does Sam see, hear that tells him Isaac wants pizza? Also, why did my screen stop sharing? Oh, all of my screens stopped sharing. Well, that's fun. Please don't shut everything down. Please? Please? Uh-oh. Please don't. Well, there's the music. There's that. And this is... Oh, there we go. That works. Isaac wants pizza. Text like food or here's pizza, I want it. Yeah, the text on screen could be cool. The only thing is like, you know, if we're thinking about it from a soul perspective, I guess maybe he's not seeing text. The text could be for us, and that's just how he sees the world. Like, he sees it in words. And we get to see it in words. That is a cool idea. Like he hears whisperings. Please, please, please don't drag me. Please, please, please don't drag me down. What's that from? What's that from? Tell me right now. I don't know, and I feel left out. I know you're connected. Thank you. Here's whispers of pizza. You like how my eyes like split apart, like there's whispers of pizza. Sees text come on. Yeah, it would be cool to establish. I love the train of thought you're going down, Super Gaming Texan. Oh, I love Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's awesome. I like the train of thought that you're going down. You're matching the wavelength, which is great. And like the text is a good idea, and like it would be cool to establish if like he either hears details and he sees the words of the true intent, or he hears like two words like I want, or I want to eat, or he says I want to hide, I have to hide. Like maybe he hears whispers of I want to eat, starving, you know, and or craving, and we see text, we see like faded text, or we see letters come into view that form into pizza, and that way it's like it's still fragmented, but it's like that deeper meaning. That could be cool. If someone was trying to hide from him, he hears have to hide, and the text reads stay hidden. Or maybe it's like a detail about where they're hiding. Like he only gets bits and pieces. It's not a clear like thing, but the main intent is like, if it's this, it's like it keeps repeating. Like I want to eat. I want to eat. Have to eat, or eat. Hungry. You know, something keeps repeating, and then he gets like a detail, and he uses his detective skills to put two and two together, but that leaves room where it's like someone could be like, you know, have something they're saying about, you know, a secret, and he thinks that it means one thing, but it actually means something else, you know? I don't know. Luke, I am your brother. Let's go fishing this weekend. Well, I like this idea, and I thank you, Super Gaming Texan, for helping me develop that, because I think that could be a really cool thing. So the ability brainstorm, the deepest desires of all. So here's the core desire, sees in text, in fragmented text, details, smaller details. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Then we have all this page. Can he read people's thoughts or just the feelings? I don't think we need this question anymore because we know that he just hears what someone wants in a moment, you know? I don't feel committed to the touch idea, but I'm trying my best to figure out the way it works because I don't have an idea for the limit. Like, if not touch, then what? Yeah, no, I get you too. I get that because I can see a situation where it would be cool if he could do it without touching, or like the more like intimate a touch with someone, the more information he gets. But like, you know, if he could like not touch someone and still get like pieces, that would be cool. But again, this is like I think these two questions are very important right now, which is like, when we enter in with him, is he like discovering this in himself, or is he like, I've always had this kind of like this ability, you know? I can't explain it, and others can't explain it. Like, he's had this ability, he knows about it, he can't control it, and it's making itself more known. We reveal deeper depths to the power. So like maybe that's part of the limit, is like a lack of control, and details are unclear. The closer in, like, the closer he is with someone, either in proximity or in relationship, maybe not. The closer he is with someone in proximity, the stronger the connection. Ability process, how close he gets to his dad. Wait, idea. Imagine a tuning fork. The closer to his dad, the more powerful his reading is. Ooh, I like that too. I like that too, because it's relating it directly to the dad, which we are going to want to do anyway, is we're going to want to like bring it straight in to the father. Or we want it all to like lead up to whatever the father is like hiding and doing. Yeah. You're good. You're thinking the right lane there, Super Game and Texan. You're thinking where we need to be thinking. He's not his abilities, lack of control, details are unclear. The closer he is to someone, the stronger his readings. He combines that with intuition to get to the bottom of something. And maybe he's had this, maybe he's had this since a certain event in childhood, and then later on we figure out what that event is. Like, he wasn't able to explain it for a long time, but the older he got, the more he realized this was a thing. And that thinking about it in terms of like, thinking about it in terms of how we want to structure the pilot. So far what we have is we have the necessity to introduce these characters, you know, not give their whole life story, but give a basic introduction of who they are and how they relate to Sam. We need to introduce Sam's father dying. And originally I was thinking maybe the cliffhanger of the episode could be he's part of this case and we need to search deeper. And then we also need to introduce Sam's also not just like a normal guy. He has this extra ability. And the question is like at the start, because we're thinking in very broad show terms. Like we don't even want to know until maybe the end of the first season that the dad could be alive, We don't want to know that at all. And so it's like in the first episode, how clear is the power and how do we want like the power to grow and progress kind of thing. You have an idea for flashback. Okay, I'm listening. Starts with, if I'd only listened to what Dad was talking about, and it shows Dad saying, hold my hand and focus. What do you hear? Ooh. So the dad, there's definitely something that the dad is like doing here in this like scenario where he's training him in some sense, which is, it's very similar to Psych in that sense, but put that aside because it is a much more dramatic show that like the dad knows this and he tries to train it in him. And like maybe in flashbacks with the dad's like, I need to write this down. Where's our story beats, possible story beats? In flashbacks, the dad's talking about, he's like, son, you have a gift. It could be like that tuning fork idea. His focus has to be on the power. He hears or feels the vibrations of others' heart. Yeah, that could be something with that. It's like, son, you have a gift. Dad trying to hone it in. Yeah. A lot of good thoughts here. Son, you have a gift. Dad trying to train him up. The tuning fork. And like I can imagine like over a date or something, like or some scenario where Sam is like meeting someone new and introducing himself. They could ask about his ability and then he could start to explain like pieces of it without fully understanding it. The text and voices are all audience ways of showing a feeling. Yeah, definitely. He's had this ability he knows about. He can't control it. He's had this sense of certain event in childhood related to his parents. Yeah. Which makes sense if he knew it for a while, why he would go into like the reporter world, Okay, this is a crazy kind of thing. Can I copy this? Can I copy you? Cut you out? Can I come down here? Did that work? Nope. Not the way I wanted. Okay. Hold on. Let's just, you can go away. I'm going into my expert drawing again, so fair warning. Expert drawing on the way. Here, look. So, season 1, right? This is not thick enough. Give me more. Season uno. Yeah, go drawing, which I can totally do 100%. Season 1, right? I guess I don't have to draw it. I could just write it out. But, like, in the timeline of things that we want to happen, you know, for a first season. Let's say this show has, like, I don't know, 8 to 10 episodes, right? So let me, I don't know, I won't mark it out now, but like, what am I doing? It's not, listen, everyone, here, I know I just said it's drawing time. I'll give you a drawing. It's that. This guy's crying. No, I was gonna put out like where I think the season could end and like begin and like things in the middle, but I think it would be better if we just wrote that. And I think I want to get more into that like next time. So sorry to disappoint on the drawing. I will do more drawing soon. It won't be long. Yeah, I like this. I think next time working on our show, we start prepping out the plot moments, you know, and we start diving into what we want to actually happen and start building this mystery up. You know, because we've done a lot of building of like who these characters are, who we want them to be, how we want them to play into the story. But I think we need to start like asking questions about what's actually gonna happen so we can start filling in the gaps. The reason he needs to touch people in the beginning is because, like the tuning fork, he's not good at the power yet. So the touch puts all the feeling and focus into the heart's rhythm and heart's thoughts. Yeah, I like that a lot. And yes, I'm sorry, no drawing. No drawing. But was there anything else that I wanted to kind of brainstorm today? I like this ability, like idea, you know. Soul reader. What did we get done today? What do we get from our characters? We got, so we went through Sam, his stepsister and best friend Meredith. Nope, Miriam, not Meredith. Serves as Sam's Watson. She wants to be liked by others. She wants attention, love, and to be accepted unconditionally. What she needs is stability and focus and some contentment with who she is. And she has these fears of disappointing her mom. She believes in acting first, ask questions later. She looks for the best in others. Her strengths are her social awareness, her ability to blend in, her ability to get what she wants, her connections. She's quick-witted, and she presents confidence. Her weaknesses are that she cares what people think of her. She's unfocused, she's stubborn, and she's too trusting. She has skills in photography. She's like kind of an influencer. She's an event coordinator. She's a makeup artist. She does it all. Their mother, Nadia, she wants her kids still to need her. She wants to protect her family from, you know, in safety sense, but also from the truth. She wants Sam to find his heart again for people, for God. What she needs is forgiveness. She needs to trust her kids to let people help and to not shield others from the truth. She fears Sam becoming like his father. She fears losing her family. She fears the crime syndicate. Leave it at that. She fears losing purpose. She believes she's a Messianic Jew. She can protect others from the truth. And you can solve anything with words and brownies. I love that. Love that line. Her strength, she sees Dan inside of Sam so much. She's a culinary queen. She's talkative. She breaks Sam's barriers. She's loyal. She's a grandma, and she makes friends instantly. Her weaknesses are that she's loyal. She gossips. She bottles emotions. Can't let go, and she carries too much. But she has the skills of being a great chef, having great restaurant recommendations. She's a good liar, and she's a great storyteller, which these two are kind of one and the same. Sam's son, Hudson, wants time with his dad. he wants to be a doctor when he grows up. He wants to get out of school. He wants a puppy. He wants his mom back. What he needs is a parent figure, and he needs someone to teach him. He fears loss, heights, snakes. He believes anyone can be your friend. His strengths are his innocence of youth. He hits his dad's soft spot, and he's similar to his mom. His weaknesses are he's naive, he's too trusting, and he is essentially a child. I mean, he is a child. But he's skilled at dancing and Fortnite. And then the father, who we still have a lot of questions on, we were asking what does he leave behind for his son. He wants to come back home, he wants to protect his family, and he wants to expose the truth. What he needs is to come clean. He fears cats, like Miss Fluffkeys and Sam finding out. He believes that curiosity is key, putting others first, strengths, good teacher. Oh, good listener. But weaknesses, he pushes too hard and he's hidden, and skills, he knows how to disappear, firefighter. And then we named some of our other characters Rich or Poe, or Dick, or Rich, or Ricky, and then Mr. Richard, Ricky, Poe, Mr. Charles Coverton, and Boris Baker is a word friend. I'm not a good liar, and I hope I'm a good storyteller. Are you saying that I might be a good liar? Is this an attack, Mr. Isaac? Yes, it is an attack, because storytellers are some of the best liars and some of the best truth tellers. Because if you're good at telling stories and you're good, which Super Gaming Texan, to compliment you, you are. And I haven't gotten to read your stories, but just based on how you're thinking and contributing to this story, I can tell you have that in you. I think we have a good liar sense in us. No, I think they're distinct, but I think good liars can be good storytellers, I should say. Maybe not every storyteller is a good liar, but I think good liars are good storytellers. Does that make sense? And maybe I'm overgeneralizing, but Super Gaming Texan, I feel like you're lying to me by saying that, and therefore proving that you are a good liar just in that comment. So it's not an attack, it's just, it's truth. It's the truth. What do we say with this arc here? We were just following the emotional arc. Like, he's realizing his power more and more. He abuses it. He, maybe has some redemption, but then the mom's lying, and he goes back up to hope. Interesting. The ability to brainstorm. Yeah. What are, in our story beat ideas, could be true. Could be true about liars. I mean, have you ever heard the thing where it's like actors are, like, they lie for a living? Like, actors are storytellers just in a different way, Now, I don't think that makes them bad people, but they're, it's part of it. You want people to believe that something that is not true is absolutely true. Story beat ideas not controlled very well. I also wanted to put the ideas like season ideas. Like, if you were to continue to extend this, like what would be the main thing each season? Like, if we had a season 1, 2, 3, 4, like, I don't know how many seasons we would need to tell this story completely. My grandmother's a very good storyteller, and she can bull hockey anyone in the most crazy way. It is both funny, and you can catch her, and it'd be like, how did you fool me? That's so funny. That's a funny quality, though. Oh, love when old people tell a good story. So, like, the idea, what I'm trying to get out here is the idea for this season is, like, if the peak of the show is coming back to the father, and that meeting, does that happen in season 6? Does that happen in season 3? And again, we're just writing the pilot, so it's a little silly to think like this, but I think it's helpful, like, especially if it, if it's good enough where someone's like, okay, do you have an idea for the rest of this, to like have a game plan of like where you want to go. in the long run. At least that's how I'm approaching it, because I'm a planner, you know? So like season ideas, it's like start, finish. Start, dad's gone, but related to a case, and powers are low. Season 1, figure out power. Find out there's a group behind his father going missing. More than meets the eye. Yes. It's gone, but related to a case, powers are low. Discovers bigger group and starts private investigation with sister. Still unresolved on powers. And I kind of want to do that for a couple, you know, just like what could it be? And this will probably like change as we continue to develop it, but you know what I mean? Like still unresolved on powers. Dad's gone, but related to a case, powers are low. Discovers bigger group behind it. This is good music. Come back. Like we want the finish of one of them. I don't know, again, if it's 6 seasons or 3 seasons. Let's start with 3. Let's just like feel out what that would be. Like the ultimate finish would be finding dad again and discovering, or maybe not discovering the source of things, but because if that was the end of that, then the finish of this would be discovering dad might be alive. Season 2, the group name gets revealed. Mom's hiding the truth. Yeah. Like mom's hiding. Mom's secret comes out. Mom's secret comes out. Finding dad again. Moral dilemma. And then maybe if at the end of this 3-season arc you want to keep like going with it, then you like involve you involve the Sam in the organization, you know, and you start asking like what is he gonna use it for and how is he gonna like defeat it. Maybe he has to join it. Could be written in 2 seasons. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it definitely could. But at the same time, when you're trying to like sell it to like people or studios, like if they think you have something successful, they want to stretch that success out as long as it can go. And that usually ends up being like a 6-season type of run. That's usually how shows like this go, you know. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And anyways, I think this is like a strong like 3-season arc, and then if you wanted to like keep going with it, you could involve the son deeper and stuff. But I think a 3-season arc is like, you know, it's good to start there and be like, hey, this is what I want to come in with, you know. Yeah, I'm running out of steam here a little bit, so I think that's a good sign. we got a lot done today, as always, and I think that's a good sign to call it for now. Whew, yes. Good stuff, though. Happy about that. At some point in the near future, I will get back and finish Epic, because even though it's not really like the writing stuff, like I started it and I'd like to finish it because I think that would be cool. But I really just want to focus in on writing this thing and like continuing to hone in deeper and deeper on what we want to do. And I'll try to do some work on it like off stream as well, to like to just get some sense of where we're going here, and then we can hit the ground running when we start up. But that being said, I appreciate you being here on the stream. I'm thankful to you, those of you who had come here and have come here to hang out, brainstorm with me. It's been an absolute treat. Once again, yeah, the direction feels really good, even though that we still have a lot of unknowns right now. Like, the potential continues to build, which is good, because if you're going down an idea and then it's like, oh, this sounds way less cool than I originally had, then it's disappointing. But I continue to be like, I feel like there's a lot of room for this cool, awesome, exciting, thrilling, what's happening kind of thing going on here. So that is all that I have for today. My goal is to be back on Thursday. I'll let you know by then, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or day whenever you're watching this. Go watch something, go read something, do something that inspires you. Stay inspired, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, God bless, and goodbye.